everyone, I'm Anita.
And I'm Daniel. Welcome back to Learn With Trade Lenda. Last week, we kicked off season 2 by saying this season, we're not just talking about your business. We're talking about you, the person running it. And today's conversation is one we feel very strongly about.
Yes.
Because it's something almost every business owner experiences, but very few people actually say out loud. The loneliness of being a business owner.
Yeah.
And more importantly, what you can do about it.
Let's be honest about what this loneliness actually looks like.
Yeah.
Because it's not what most people picture. It's not sitting alone in an empty office.
You might be surrounded by people, a team, customers, family, a full house even, and still feel completely alone in the weight of what you're carrying.
Because there are decisions that stop with you. Fears you keep quiet so you don't shake the people depending on you. And in those moments, even the people who love you most, they care, but they don't always understand. So after a while, you stop trying to explain.
If that sounds familiar, you are not alone in feeling that way.
Not at all.
Part of why business owners end up here is because of how we're taught to think about leadership.
Yeah, we're taught that being in charge means having answers, projecting confidence, being the steady one. And so we perform that steadiness even when we're falling apart on the inside. But here's what that costs you. The longer you perform strength without actually having a place to be real, the more isolated you become. Your decisions start coming from exhaustion, not clarity. Your relationships start to fray because you're carrying pressure with nowhere to put it.
And business, the thing you built, starts to feel less like a dream and more like a weight. And that's when some business owners start to wonder, did I make the right choice? But that question is rarely about the business, it's about the isolation. And isolation is something that can be solved if you're intentional about it. Here's what we want you to take away from today. Loneliness in business is not just something you feel. It's something you can build your way out of. But it won't happen by accident. You have to be intentional about building the right support system around you. And a support system for a business owner isn't one person.
It's a few different kinds of people, each one meeting a different need. So let's talk about who should be in yours. The first is your peer, another business owner who is in it with you.
Not ahead of you, not behind you, right there in the trenches with you. Someone you can call and say, this thing happened today, and they immediately understand. Because they've had the same kind of day. They know what it costs. That kind of understanding is irreplaceable. And you have to actively seek it out.
Join a community, show up to events, build those relationships on purpose. The second is your mentor, someone who has walked further down this road than you. Not to have all the answers, but to remind you that what you're going through has a way through. Someone whose perspective can calm the noise in your head when everything feels urgent and overwhelming. If you don't have a mentor yet, start looking. Be intentional. The relationship doesn't have to be formal, but it has to be real. The third is your safe person, and this is maybe the most important one. Someone in your personal life, a partner, a friend, a family member who you can be completely unguarded with. They don't need to understand your cash flow. They just need to know you, the real you, not the CEO version of you. And for that to work, you have to let them in. You have to actually tell them when things are hard, not just when things are good.
And the fourth, and we want to say this clearly, is a professional, a therapist or counselor, someone who is trained to help you process the pressure, the anxiety, the doubt without judgment. This is not a last resort. This is a tool. And some of the most effective leaders in the world use it regularly. Because a clear, healthy mind is not a luxury for a business owner. It is a competitive advantage. So here is our challenge to you this week. Look at your life honestly and ask, who is actually in my corner? Not just cheering for me from the outside, but really, truly in my corner. If you can name 2 or 3 people who cover those different needs, hold on to them. Invest in those relationships. They are part of your business infrastructure.
And if you look and realize the list is thin or empty, that is not something to be ashamed of. It's just information. And now you know what to build next. Because just like you would never try to run your business without the right tools, you should not try to run your life without the right people.
If you're watching this and you've been carrying your business in silence, holding it together for everyone else, while quietly struggling when no one is looking, we want you to know that does not have to be your normal. Loneliness is not the price you pay for ambition. It is a gap. And gaps can be filled. Build your support system on purpose. Find your people, let them in, ask for help. Because the strongest businesses are not built by people who go it alone.
They are built by people who are wise enough to know they need others and brave enough to reach out. We'll see you next Wednesday. And until then, keep building.